Morvid Collective.
What's up, all you horror movie loving fuckers? Welcome back to another episode of Fright Flick FMK. As always, I am your host, Jay. But this week, a little different, joined by the original OG, the fuckhead, Dylan, all the way from Canada, eh? Hey, brother, how you been?
I've been pretty good, man. How you been?
Shit, dude, it's been a long minute since we got on here together.
It actually has been a very long time. It's been way longer than I wanted it to be. But I got busy, you got busy, everything got fucking busy. So I'm back though.
Oh
We're
yeah,
back.
oh yeah. And I knew, like I said, during the summer months, you had, kids and, kids out of school and stuff like that. So I totally get that, so like when we've been in contact through the whole thing, like back and forth. And I was just kind of like waiting on you to kind of give me that green light when you was like good to go again. And
Oh fuck yeah. I've been raring to go. I've been like, yeah, man, I can get back on that pod right now.
oh yeah. So normally I started this off by saying I'm joined by my co-host, the gentleman in Jack, but this week my co-host is the original fuckhead Dylan. But don't worry, family. The gentleman in Jack is always here. The Yeti and the gentleman, I don't come on here without them. We're like Batman and fucking Robin, peanut butter and jelly. It
You
has
know
to
what
be
you
here.
gotta do?
Yeah,
You gotta
what are you
get
sipping?
Eddie.
Yeah. What are you sipping on tonight?
Some Budweiser. Some good
Hey,
old Budweiser.
hey, I'm going to tell you right now. If you're new to the show, if somehow you accidentally scroll past and come across this shit show, we do go better with alcohol. We do go down better if you're a little tipsy. I highly recommend being a little tipsy. And so, if this is your first time listening to this show, if you don't drink, highly recommend. I'm not trying to turn anybody to a fucking alcoholic, but I highly recommend having you a
But I
beverage.
highly recommend being an alcoholic.
I highly recommend running to your local liquor store and grabbing you a bottle of fucking Gentleman and Jack and chilling out with us for a little while. But so yeah, if this is your first time, like I said, buckle up. This ain't your mama's. This ain't your mama's podcast.
This
So
ain't even rated R. This is rated non-applicable.
yeah, we don't even put a rating on it because it's just like we're just that fucked up in the head. So, but if this is your first time, hey, thank you for stopping by. If you accidentally were scrolling through your fucking looking for a show to listen to and you seen this one and you thought, let me check this one out, hey, we appreciate it. But like I said, go grab you a Budweiser or a Gentleman and Jack or something because this shit show does go down better when you're a little tipsy. And I don't think I've ever done a show. I did do one show sober, one, and if I would do everything in my power to make sure that that is the only show I ever do sober, because it was not fun.
It
Uh,
was the what was it? It was the revenge, the Rosie's revenge. Oh, it was something. But you had coffee at least.
yeah, I had to do it that morning because I had a lot of stuff going on, and I had to do it early that morning at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I was recording it, and so I had to do it with my Folgers, and the whole time I'm doing it, it was like my body was telling me, like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, this isn't normal. This ain't what we do. Like, go get the fucking
Yeah,
liquor out of the freezer, damn it."
put some Baileys in that shit at
Yeah,
least.
like, come on. And that is a good idea. Now that you say that, in case I do have to do one, because 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 our girl Lucy over in Australia, I've been trying to get on. We've done a couple shows together, and I've told her I was
I
like,
watched
hey,
that.
yeah, and I was like, hey, I want to do a show where we can kind of both get on here and both be drinking, kind of little cheers from across the pond. And so, that would be a bad idea if I have to do an early morning to, like, have like 3/4 of Bailey's and a splash of Folgers coffee, just to get the alcohol in my system. But like I said, once again, Dylan, appreciate you, brother, taking your time. I know you're busy. I appreciate you jumping on here and be willing to talk a little shit about a horror movie.
I always love coming on here. Do you wanna break what horror movie we're gonna talk shit about today?
Before I dive into that, I want to get the housekeeping stuff out of the way. I'm not a fan of housekeeping stuff. I don't like to spend a lot of time on it. But
I'll run through it.
Yeah, but go check us out. The website for this show is frightflickfmkpodcast.com. You can go to the website. It's like a one-stop shop. The social media links are there. There's links to go to the YouTube because we do a video version of this also, along with the audio podcast version. So you can go check that out. The links are there. There is a Patreon there. If you want to join the Patreon is based off of 3 tiers of fuck, marry, kill, just like the show. I think $3 is the cheapest one. Gets you into the Discord, gets you into, like, I release all the shows a day early on the Patreon. If you're at a marry tier, you get unedited versions of the show, where when I have a guest like Dylan, we may get on here and shoot the shit for a few minutes before the show ever pushes record. And all of that I upload into the Discord. In the Discord, there are also episodes that don't get released to the public. Last week I did Beaten to Death, and it was a Patreon only. So every now and then I'll put those shows up for the Patreon. So if you want to swing by, go to the website, frightflickfmkpodcast.com. All the social media sites. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, X, aka Twitter. Did I say Twitter? I think I did.
AKA Twitter.
It's the Jack Daniel. It's the Gentleman and Jack. But X, aka Twitter. But on Instagram or on TikTok. So hit us up. Email frightflickfmk@gmail.com. So if you're listening to this, take the time, leave us a review. I want to say leave me a 5-star. I don't know if anything about me says 5-star, but fuck it. Leave me a 5-star. Be honest. If you want to leave me a fucking 1, I don't care. I got thick skin. Don't give a fuck. I'm still going to be on here next week doing this shit. But also check us out on morvidcollective.com. If you scroll down, if you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple, all them good shits, scroll down in the little info about the show. All the links are there. Morvidcollective.com. We are a group of podcasts that support each other. That's what it's all about. Supporting each other, promo swaps, stuff like that. So check that website out, morbidcollective.com. You will see the ones, Criminal AF, True Crime University. They've got some new shows coming in soon, so you got to get there to kind of see what's coming. I think I covered all the housekeeping shit, didn't I?
I think you got most of it. Yep.
I think it also in the website, on the website, frightflickfmkpodcast.com. There's a little link to the store. You get your little merchandise. You can get shit like this. Look, hoodies. It's that time of the year, motherfuckers. It's fall shit season. Get you a hoodie. There's some other stuff there. Show the world.
I need to go get myself some more because I gained a little bit of weight over this last year.
Hey,
a lot of my old clothes don't fit me no more.
Hey, I'm there, man. I'm on my way to retirement. I'm like a year out from retiring. And
congratulations.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So fuck it. It's a few LBs don't matter. That's why I got different sizes, man. You go to the website. I think I can fit them all the way up to a fucking 4X. I got all the big guys, and you're covered. But go to the website. There's some merch there: t-shirts, hats, hoodies, stuff like that. Show the world that you're a part of the fuckhead family. And when I say fuckhead, don't take that in a bad way. That is join us. Yeah, join the fuck. That's what I call us. We are fuckheads. And Dylan just happens to be the OG. He was the first one that we tagged. Hero, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we tagged him with fuckhead, and he ran with it. And so that's what we are. We're fuckheads, and he is the OG, the original. So go check us out on all the social media. Leave comments, leave 5-star, 1-star. Like I said, I'm still gonna be here next week. They can't run me off. So but we're going to get into this movie. And the movie we're doing, it is a 2022 movie. I'd never heard of it till just the other day. 2022 movie. Spirit Halloween is the name of it. And when I say Spirit Halloween, a lot of you out there already kind of, the bells go off. You know the fucking store. You know, Spirit Halloween store. This movie is tied in with that. So I want to hit it real quick. It's a Spirit Halloween 2022 American supernatural horror film directed by David Poag, Poag. I think that's how you say it. I'm known for butchering.
I think that's how you say it.
I'm good with it. You know, fuck it. But and me and you had been back and forth. You know, I told you that for the month of November, and not November, October, being Halloween, I wanted to cover movies that were strictly like Halloween time frame type movies.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And so once again, I was scrolling through the lovely Shudder. I love Shudder. And this one popped up because Shudder right now has got like a list of like Halloween movies. So this one came up. I had never heard of it. I hit you up. I was like, hey man, Shudder, Spirit Halloween, you want to do a show on it? And you was like, you know, fuck yeah, let's do it. And the part of me wants to apologize to you.
I was about to be like, and I'm about to fucking regret that, man.
Yeah, but so, and we're going to get into this movie. We're about to dive into it, but before I get into it, I'd mentioned earlier about the Morvid Collective.com, you know, website. Have you checked that website out yet?
No, actually, I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't had a chance.
Okay, yeah, you're busy guy, man. You're busy. But Morvid Collective, the link's in there. But have you heard of? If you haven't seen it, you probably haven't heard. There's a show on one of the other podcast shows on that website called True Crime University. Have you ever heard of that one?
I've heard of them. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I follow Criminal AF, so I've heard of all of the family for the most part.
Oh yeah. So you know, they're part of the Morvid Collective family, you know, and that's what I call us. We all fucking family here. And so there's a show on there, True Crime University. And I get it. I'm a horror movie review. I talk shit about horror movies, but I'm also a big supporter of other podcasts. So, and I'm a huge fan of True Crime University. So have you had a chance to listen to any of those episodes?
No, I haven't.
Well, let me go and tell you now. You need to start from the beginning because that's what I did. Debbie is her name. Debbie does the show. Debbie does True Crime University. And so when you look her up, she's on, you know, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the normal shit. Just jump to the beginning and listen. And Debbie has a degree. Like, she's a smart, very smart person. She's not like me.
She's not like us at all.
No, she's got some fucking college behind her, man. Like, she talks about true crime, you know, stuff like that. And she does it with like a different spin. She's just not telling you like, this is what happened. She gives like a psychological, like what the thinking side of it, like what's going on in these fuckers' heads. I can't remember what her degree is on. If you listen to the show, she tells you. I don't know if it's like a bachelor's in criminal psychology. I don't remember. I don't want to fuck it up. But because I told Dave a couple of times, me and David talked from Criminal AF. I told him, I said, you know, Debbie's like the brains of everything. She's like the brains. She's the smart one in this family, you know. And she's the one that makes us all look smart. But she goes into it. She gives a different kind of a look of like the serial killers and stuff like that. And so if you haven't had a chance, brother, you need to, you know, go check out True Crime University. Now, before we go any further, let me hold on one second. Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
That seems empty to me.
That's just ice rattling around in my fucking Yeti right now. That's what that sounds like. That's empty.
Blasphemy.
That's empty Yeti. The Gentleman Jack is no longer in the Yeti. So me and Dylan gonna step away for just a second. Dylan gonna grab him another Budweiser. I'm gonna go refill the Gentleman Jack. While we are away, you're gonna listen to my girl Debbie from True Crime University. Give her a listen. Give her a follow. We'll be right back.
So you like to listen to people talk about crime, but did you ever wonder why criminals do the things they do? Like what makes them tick? My name is Debbie, and I'm the professor at True Crime University. Join me in the classroom Thursdays, wherever you get your podcasts, for intellectual discussions about crime, psychology, and why criminals do what they do. See you there.
All right, motherfuckers, we're back. We're back. The Gentleman Jack is full. Dylan has him another Budweiser. We are ready to go. He's popping the top as we speak. It's a beautiful sound. It really is.
It really is. I fucking love it. It's just Budweiser never goes wrong with it. It's never not a good sound. Sponsor me, Budweiser. Just sponsor me.
Yeah, if Budweiser and Gentleman Jack comes across this by an accident, they want to, send a little something our way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will be on here. I'm already on here every week. Jack Daniels drinking Gentleman Jack and shouting out to you. So, if you want to send us a little something, I'm okay with it. But yeah, definitely not sponsored. If you're listening to this, trust me, we're not.
No,
if you've made it to this far into the show, there's no way a motherfucker out there is sponsoring us. So it's just I enjoy it. I enjoy drinking, and I'm about to hold on 1 second.
Cheers, sir.
Yes, sir. Gentleman Jack break. Thank you very much. Now we are good to go. We're going to jump into Spirit Halloween, and we're going to.
Can we rate this one first?
We're rating it right now. We're going to get this shit out of the way because when we start talking about it, we're going to give it away. So I want to let you go first. But before you go, I owe you an apology on this one. I feel like I took an hour and 48 minutes of your life that you would have been better off, just like cutting your toenails or something, just something other than this fucking movie. So go ahead, let me know what your feelings are on this thing before we jump into it.
Okay, you remember when you guys reviewed Terrifier 2?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember the scene with the lady that turns away Art, and then he basically scalps her, the mom walks in. Yeah, I want to kill it like that.
That's a good kill. That's a good fucking kill.
I'm done. I don't want to that movie again. Oh my god, dude! I had so many fucking. We'll get into it.
Oh, so is it safe to say this was a kill for you?
Yes. Oh, a slaughter and a murder. It's awful.
Oh yeah, if there's a stronger word out there for the word kill, please chime in and let us fucking know. And for the new people who are just, once again, you stumbled across us somehow, in the title of the show is Fright Flick FMK. Unless you were born under a fucking rock, the FMK, you've all heard of the game where somebody gives you 3 names and you got to fuck one, marry one, or kill one. And so that's how we rate the movies here on this show. We don't do 5 stars, all that stuff. And not hating on people that do. It's just, this is our thing. And so we rate them on marrying it being the best. Marrying that's your baby. That's the one you can watch every day. It just doesn't get old. You love it. That is your horror movie that you just want to watch at any given time. You can pop it in and just feel good about it. And then we get the fuck. The fuck, thank you, Lucy from Australia, is a friends with benefits.
I love that. That's the best explanation for
Yeah,
it.
it really was. Like when I hadn't thought of it, and then when she told me that, I was like, man, fuck, that's it. That's your friends with benefits, just like it is. That's your booty call. That's the one on a Friday night. You're just sitting around bored. You can't think of nothing to do. You ain't really feeling nothing. And then there's that one movie that you can just pop in. You don't really care about really paying attention to it. It's just there. It's there for you. It's scratching that itch that you have in that moment. And then we got the kill. The kill is the fucking sea donkey that you meet at the club. You take it home. You fuck its brains out. You have, it's a one and done type thing. You wake up in the morning and then you're feeling kind of, you've sobered up. You realize what the fuck you did. You're looking at it laying there. And then you start your low crawl out the fucking door to get away from it. You never want to see it again. You never want to go back there. That's the kill. Now,
it's like jumping on a grenade.
It is. And that's exactly what Dylan has already fucking killed it. Like Terrifier 2 bedroom scene. The bullshit that they were giving out vomit bags at the theater for because pussies out there couldn't handle it. Like vomit bags. Here's your vomit bag in case you get sick. You should be fucking embarrassed. Just let me throw it out there. If you went to watch any kind of movie and it made you throw up, you're a fucking pussy and you should be embarrassed.
Yeah, absolutely. Give away your man card or your woman card.
It is.
Or whatever the fuck card you have.
Yeah, just tell them to chop your fucking nuts off and leave them at the door when you go in. So this is where Dylan's at. Dylan has went Terrifier 2 bedroom scene killing. And that's a very fucking good, that's a good kill. And
thank you.
And I gotta say, I was thinking to myself, like there's got to be I didn't know if there was a stronger word than kill that I could do for this movie. But yeah, I am with you 100%.
Yes, sir.
Fucking kill this movie. And this is why I said I joked about it in the beginning. I owe you an apology. I felt bad. I felt bad for even putting you through it, And here's how bad it was. The word when I started it, I was probably 10 minutes into it. I had already text the message in my phone. It was already typed out. I was going to tell you, hey, dude, don't watch it. Let's pick another movie. That shit was it was typed out on my phone and I'm looking at it. And I'm like, I was about to hit send. But then I got to thinking to myself, mama didn't raise no bitch.
Exactly.
So I was like, you know what? I want to get through this thing. We're going to get through it. And then we're going to come in here and we're going to talk about it. So then I held like on the iPhone, you have to hold the delete button and it finally starts just deleting the whole fucking sentence.
Yeah.
I think even in the message, I had put in there like, hey, dude, my bad.
Yeah, no. I wanted to ask you, like, after I watched it, like, I almost messaged you. I was like, are you sure you want to do this one?
Because here's where I messed up. With most movies that I do, especially new ones, I try not to go to the websites and look at like the reviews and really dig into it because I want to watch it and I don't want to have some crap I read influence me in any kind of way. So with this one, I didn't look up nothing. I seen it on Shudder, and I didn't look at all I read was the description on Shudder. And I read it. I didn't go to the website. I didn't go to IMDb or nothing. I hit you up. I want to do a Halloween movie because this is the greatest time of the fucking year. And I was like, hey man, Spirit Halloween. And you were like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. And then it's kind of like, oh, fucking A, man. I felt so bad for wasting an hour and 40-something minutes of your fucking life that you could have been doing something more important, like, just, staring at fucking paint
one of my
dry.
kids' asses.
Yeah, you could have been watching. You could have just been sitting there in your shop watching fucking paint dry and would have been more entertained than this fucking thing. And
yeah, that's a good fucking way to explain it. It was a thing.
Oh yeah.
There was a point in this movie where I was like, what the fuck? How? How is this even a thing? What is happening right now?
There was there was so much to it that it was just so many questions and so many things that annoyed me. But there wasn't, and I'll say this toward the end. So you've already heard the rating. Me and the fuckhead have already said we are killing this thing, Art the Clown, bitch in the bedroom, scalping it like fucking dead. Like kill.
And then we're running out of the room, we're grabbing bleach and salt and we're pouring it on them.
I'm coming in with bags of salt and just coating this thing down is how much I want to fucking kill it. And a part of me looked back and I kind of blame myself. I'm like, well, maybe you should have did a little bit of fucking homework, guy. Like maybe I should have done. But I was like,
maybe you should watch the movies first before you fucking suggest them.
But there's a part of me that likes the fact that I don't let the internet or Google or IMDb, because if I would have went and read up on it, I would have never watched it. I would have been like, I'm not fucking doing this. But a part of me, I like the fact that, I don't give the internet and everybody else's opinion, the time of day. I want to watch it. I want to experience it. And then I want to talk shit about it. So I was like, the whole time I'm watching it, though, I was just like, after I deleted the message to you, I was like, I'm going to owe him an apology. I'm going to have to say, I'm sorry right here on air, on the show. Dylan, OG fuckhead, I apologize.
It's okay. You'll just have to have me on again. We'll have to review a better one.
Oh yeah, we're going to have to do something a little better. So,
like, I'll do another Serbian film before we do this one.
Yeah, newborn porn before I go to sit through the fucking Spirit Halloween.
I noticed. Is the shirt that I grabbed the "fuck you and your baby"? Is that still on the shop?
Yeah, I took it down after I put up some newer stuff, and so I kind of took it down. I could always put one back up. I still got it all saved because I do all.
No, that's fine. If I have like the only one that fucking like, fuck that shit. That's the most shit.
I don't think anybody bought one but me and you. But so you've already got a rating on this, and so you don't have to at the end of it like how we normally do it. We don't. You've got it. We're gonna fucking kill it, but now we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna jump into Spirit Halloween. Now, when Spirit Halloween kicks off, we're in the 1940-ish.
Yeah,
that's where we're at. The only good thing that I like is the fact that they had our dude Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future.
Yeah, Doc.
Yeah, go ahead and walk us into how this thing kind of kicks off. I want to sit here and drink Gentleman and Jack while you do this.
Yeah. So I only watched this once, so forgive me. I usually try and watch it at least twice, but you know how I feel about this movie. I wasn't going to waste 2 hours and 80 minutes of my time.
Yeah,
or 3 hours.
You'd been better off just telling your wife to kick you in the nuts for an hour and a half than watching it.
Oh, she watched it the first time with me too. Like the only time I watched it, she watched it.
What did she think about it?
She thought it was cute, actually. She was like, because we agreed. I'm like, well, I mean, it might be a movie I'll show to the kids one day because it's like,
and
Scooby-Doo level horror.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to talk about at the end. But since you brought it up, as much as I hated it, and I realized after I watched it, I went back and looked online, and it's like a rating of like TV 14. Yeah, which is a teenager movie. And then I got to thinking, because then I didn't feel so bad about doing a show on it, because I was like, we always do the shows on this more hardcore, like rated R type shit, underground shit. And I was like, well, maybe it's cool that we do a show that, mom and dad could like on Halloween bring the kids in to watch,
And who better to do it with than the fuckhead with 5?
Yeah. And I'm like, this movie doesn't have all the cussing in it. There's no blood, no gore. It's just a kind of it's a kid's horror movie is what it is, and that was one of the things I was going to talk about at the end, because after I watched it, I was like, I fucking hate it. But my 8-year-old's coming down this weekend. My wife's coming down with the kids, and I'm going to sit there and watch it with her, as much as I'm going to fucking kill it. Like, I don't want to watch it, but when the fucking when the 8-year-old who is a horror freak, like this 8-year-old of mine will watch Martyrs. She loves Terrifier 1 and 2. Like, she loves Art the Clown. Like, loves him. Like, and I'm not even mad about it. And so if I got a movie like this, I can sit her down and be like, have the creepiness, little, but not over the top type stuff. This is a good movie for a Halloween family sit around and watch a movie. And just like your wife said, that's exactly, it is a cute horror movie that you can have the kids watch and not have to worry about, the language, blood and gore being over the top type thing. So for that reason,
or even really jump scares. There was one really good one in the whole movie, if you can call it really good.
Yeah, there's nothing you can say really good about this movie, dude. Don't even try to save it.
Sorry, you're right. I shouldn't even. But anyways, it starts off in, like you said, good old Doc from Back to the Future.
Great Scott.
Yeah, great Scott.
I love that dude.
He pulls up to this house and he's like the bad guy. He is the bad guy of this movie. And he pulls up to this house with this really, really manly looking woman. Like
didn't she?
Yeah,
I thought it was a dude there in the beginning.
I thought, and like it might be. You can tell me, you might have the cast sitting in front of you. Did they maybe hire a dude to play the woman?
I tell you what, dude,
I don't know.
The cast that I copied, I took this straight off the website, and she wasn't even important enough for her name to be listed in the shit I'm looking at right now. Not even important enough. I'm looking at it. But okay,
she was a very manly looking woman. And she had a daughter. And this will come in at the end of the movie. They kind of tie stuff together, which is the only kind of okay thing I can tell you about it. But anyways, the woman gets told by Doc, Mr. What was his name again? What's the actor's name?
Alec Windsor is who he plays in the movie. Alec Windsor.
By Mr. Alec Windsor, that her farm is no more, the orphanage is no more. He bought the property and he's going to basically bring bulldozers, and that's about it. It's good. It's a few weeks. And then the lady says a big enchantment and the clouds go cloudy, and
she goes voodoo on him, man. She spits some witch voodoo shit. And the sad part is, one thing I didn't like is that there was no subtitles to it. Like, I would have liked to have known what the fuck she was saying, but no, she was just doing some religious speaking in tongues bullshit that I didn't understand. Like, I would have liked to know what kind of curse she put on my main man Doc to fucking kill him off.
Yeah. And that was the one thing I can say. Like, the only kill that happened in this whole movie was off fucking screen.
Yeah, and I didn't think about that until you just said it. Because I was thinking, I didn't think about it. That is the only fucking kill, and we don't even get to see it. So you hear him fall over.
Shit on Doc, and he's like, walks away, and then takes 2 steps, turns around, screen goes away from Doc, and all you hear is thud. And then screen goes back to Doc, and he's laying on the ground.
He's dead. And then this cheesy looking blue orbit looking shit floats up.
Octopus looking motherfucker.
Yeah, it looked like an octopus. And I'm like, that's the spirit. And then it's like, then we jump forward to today's time. And here's where I got confused right out of the gate, because I grew up, like, they're riding down the street in their bikes. We got 3 friends. We got Jake, Bo, and Carson.
Yeah.
They're riding down the street on their bikes, kind of a little chit-chat back and forth, how teenagers do. They all look like maybe 13, 14, maybe at the most. And I thought, because the way they were dressed, that this was like we're in the 80s right now. Because they were not dressed like today's teenagers. They were like, one kid, the main kid, Jake, he had on these brown pants that looked like, you ever heard of corduroy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like back in the day, we had those growing up. Corduroy, Breeches
I'm
is
so
what they were
sorry.
called. Some breeches. That's a Southern thing for pants. We call them breeches. So he had those on. So I'm thinking the whole time, like, okay, this is like an 80s movie. We got kids on a bike. They ride through the little neighborhood, you know, but it is totally not the fucking 80s, people. This is, and a question I got. Have you ever watched the TV show Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Did you get a Stranger Thing feel?
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't just me then, because I'm
No,
like,
no. My wife said the same thing too right at the
okay,
beginning.
okay,
She's like, I'm getting Stranger Things vibes. I'm like, me too.
yep. And I thought the same shit. I'm
Not
like,
as good as Stranger Things. We cannot
oh,
like don't
no,
even.
no. Stranger Things, I love Stranger Things. And
Great.
and when I seen this opening and they're on their bikes and the way they look, even the lead dude, Jake, who's played by Donovan Colin, even kind of resembled the one brother in Stranger Things, the
Yeah,
middle
the dude
brother.
with the bowl cut.
Yeah, the bowl cut. He even kind of put off that same look. And I'm like, I know y'all motherfuckers ain't trying to copy Stranger Things, but that's what they were
That's
doing.
100% what they were doing.
Yeah. And so they're riding through this little neighborhood, heading home after school, whatever. And
it's not even a neighborhood, man. It's like an industrial fucking court area.
Yeah. And they come up on this fence and they look up, and it was like almost like the skies parted, which was odd as fuck to me. And they look up, and it's like this. There should have been fucking angels singing in the background when they looked up. Yeah, and it finally shows it. It's a fucking Spirit Halloween, and the Spirit Halloween. If you enjoy Halloween in this time of year, you know this store. It pops up once a year, and then it disappears and goes off the fucking map. Do y'all have those in Canada?
Yeah, absolutely. There's one in my mall.
Okay. And go ahead and walk us into the Spirit fucking Halloween.
So they find the store, as you said, and they're like, wow, fucking Halloween store. And they check their phones. They're like, oh, it's a dead spot. And I was like, right away, first red flag. Get the fuck out of there. What are you doing?
If it's a horror movie and you don't lose cell phone reception, is it really a horror movie? Like, you have to lose cell phone reception. You have to. It's in the rules.
That's like rule 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If your phone does not lose signal, you're not a real horror movie.
But yeah, they walk into the store and they're walking around and they see all these things and it's all fucking cool. And they're all, I think one of the kids jumps or they all jump at something. And Carson is the tough one, right?
Yeah,
so
Carson's the one that thinks he's too cool now.
Yeah, he's like, I saw that coming from a mile away. Yeah, he's too cool. And then he breaks it to Jake that they're not going trick-or-treating this year.
Oh, and the part in the store, the part in the fucking store, and like they got the little out, Spirit Halloween's got the little decoration and shit, the kind of, Halloween shit. They're walking through, shit's jumping up, kind of scaring them. Carson's the cool kid now. Carson is apparently like 8 months older than like Jake. And he's making a comment like, I got some peach fuzz growing on my chest now. Like, he thinks he's a fucking grown up.
That one actually made me laugh too, because he owned himself. He's like, oh, what is it? A little bit of hair? He's like, I call it like peach fuzz.
Peach fuzz up there, but hey, something better than nothing, baby. And so he's kind of got this like popular kid in school throwing a Halloween party. Carson wants to be in the clique. He wants to be in the cool guy clique. So he's just kind of like, I don't know if I want. I'm not going to trick or treat this year. Like, he has outgrown it. Like, he is too cool to trick or treat. And
he's too cool to free candy.
Yeah, and just a little FYI, a little pause right here. I don't think there is no age limit on trick or treating, people. If you're a grown ass person and you want to get dressed up for Halloween and scroll down the neighborhood and get you some fucking Kit Kats and Snickers, then damn it, fucking do it. There should be no age on Halloween. It is a fun fuck. I don't care if you got kids or not. Get dressed up, go get you some fucking candy. And the fact that little bitch ass Carson's like, I don't want to trick or treat this year. And then we got the younger one, Bo. Bo's the younger one, who's just trying to like be cool because you could tell he's like 2 or 3 years younger than the other guy.
I think he's just like non-confrontational. He's just like,
yeah,
okay.
He's going to go whatever the cool kids are doing. He's a follower. He's one of those.
Yeah.
And so he was all about, being on Carson's dick. And, if Carson didn't want to trick or treat, then Bo, because he made the comment like, well, it is kind of cold outside. I'm like, what? You could have had something better than it is kind of cold outside. Like, motherfucker.
Man, I went trick or treating in the snow.
Yeah.
I live in Canada. Yeah. Fuck that shit. It is never too cold.
Like, this dude, I'm like, dude, it's October. Anywhere in the States, it's not that fucking cold to where you're like, oh, it's kind of cold outside. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Bo.
So, use a bitch.
Yeah. So then after they leave the store, they kind of walk around, Jake's kind of upset because they don't want to go trick-or-treating. Well, Jake
very upset.
Takes his bike, rides back to the house. Now, Jake's dad, his blood dad has passed away. So mom, I don't know how long it's been since dad passed away, but mom has remarried. Mom now has Frank, who has a daughter of his own. That's who she's married to. They all live together. So let's get into the part where Jake rides back home on his bicycle. Frank's outside hanging up decorations. Mom and the little girl are out there getting shit set up. Now, hold on. Mom, have you ever seen She's All That?
No.
Oh, homework. This is an older movie. Rachel Lee Cook, who plays the mom, Sue, in this movie. Have you ever, do you recognize the name?
What was the name? Rachel Lee what?
Rachel Lee Cook.
Maybe?
Okay. She played in a movie back in like 90s, like way back. Not way back. It makes me sound old, but She's All That.
That's the decade I was born, so that's pretty way back for me.
Hey man, but it's got Freddie Prinze Jr. in it. Sexy Freddie. Freddie Prinze Jr. is in this movie. Okay. She's All That.
I know
Rachel Lee Cook is in this movie in her young teenage. They play teenagers in high school. And every time I hear, Rachel Lee Cook, I go back to She's All That, where she's coming down. And when you watch the movie, she's coming down the stairs, this little dress on and shit, little hottie back in the day, And when I pulled this movie up and I seen Christopher Lloyd, Back to the Future, Great Scott fucking Doc, and then I seen Rachel Lee Cook. I'm like, oh, She's All That. Let's check this thing out. So that's who the mom is. So if anybody who's like my age, the movie She's All That, Rachel Lee Cook. So go ahead and get us into him rolling back up at mom and dad's house, stepdad's house.
So he rolls back up at mom and stepdad's house, and they're decorating for Halloween, but they're not exactly decorating for Halloween. They got a bunch of princesses in the front yard, and Jake rolls up, and he's like, what the fuck? Basically. Like, he's not for this princess vibe of Halloween. He throws a fit. His mom gets upset with him. And then his new stepdad tells him, he's like, maybe you should just, finish this. And then the kid throws the lights down, kicks one of the princesses over, grabs his bike, and takes off. And I want to interrupt before we do.
Go right ahead.
Even if I'm dead, my kids better not ever act like that. And I get it. The princess shit. Whatever, be mad, but address it in a proper way. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
I wanted to fucking punch Jake as soon as he started, because the little girl, I don't remember her name, but she's super young, 5, 6, maybe. Super young.
Yeah, super cute too.
Yeah. And it's Halloween, motherfucker. You get to dress up and be whatever you want to be. And she wanted to be a princess. If she wanted to be fucking old girl from Frozen singing Let It Go all fucking day, that's Halloween. That's what it's for. You get to dress up. You get to do it. And so she wanted to be a princess. So they had some princess decorations outside. And they had the creepy shit. He had like skulls hanging, skeletons. He had the creepy shit. But the little girl wanted some princess shit. So Mom, Sue, and Frank, the dad, had a little figure set up outside, princess. And little Jake comes up with some attitude. And I wish I would have been okay if Rachel Lee Cook would have just throat punched that little fucker right there in the front yard. Like, who the fuck do you think you talking to right now?
At least give him like a in the back of the head or something. Like, smarten up. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and he was just straight attitude, man, because he makes a comment like, about his dad passing. He's like, we had a tradition. And then stepdad Frank comes up and like, maybe we should start a new tradition. Not being disrespectful to the dad, but like just, hey.
And he's super calm. He's like, hey, maybe you should put these up.
Yeah, he wasn't being an asshole.
Wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at Frank. Frank was just trying to be the stepdad, trying to, like, hey, man, like, maybe we should do something new, a new tradition. But no, little fucking bitch ass Jake wasn't going to have it. He gets mad. Mom and dad kind of go, like, stepdad Frank go off to check on the little girl because Jake talked some shit to her, talking about how it was stupid and all this. Well, dude, she's like fucking 6. And so she runs
she don't know no better.
No, she just knows she want to be a fucking princess. So she runs off. But then Jake starts kicking the fucking decorations. And I'm just like, oh, motherfucker. Like, come on, Rachel Lee Cook. Come back and throat punch his ass. Like, throat punch Jake right now. And so Jake gets mad, runs off, gets on his bike, goes over to his old buddy Carson. Now we're at Carson's house. Yep. And that's where he ends up, like, hanging out a few minutes with his sister. Kate is the sister. Kate is Carson's older sister. And they're like hanging up some decorations.
This is where I related to Jake so hard because I had a bunch of buddies who had really cute older sisters. I was that one friend that would always walk over and I'd be like, hey, creeper. Girl, how you doing?
Where's the creeper, man?
I was that young kid that would flirt with like everyone's older sister. I was like, yes, you, absolutely.
Yeah, and so he goes over to Jake's house. He's hanging out with Kate. Kate has some Halloween decorations. And this is the one part where you could tell Jake kind of felt bad about the shit he had pulled earlier because he finds this one like Halloween thing and it's about a lady who gave these out every year at Halloween. It was a little button, like a little pin-on button of a princess. Well, then Jake asked her, like, can I keep this? And it was like, he ends up giving it to the little girl. There was like a part of Jake that knew he had fucked up.
Oh no, he was a sweet kid. He's going through a tough time. I get it, but like,
Mama still should have throat punched.
He pulled through there. Yeah, exactly. He still should have got a fucking smack at least for that. That was fucking just wasn't right. But yeah, he goes to Carson, and he tells Carson, he goes, "You're gonna hang out with me basically on Halloween. We don't gotta go trick or treating. What we are gonna do is gonna be super fun and super fucking cool." And you're gonna be into it. And Carson just basically goes, if it's lame, I'm out. And that's it. That was that whole interaction, besides the fact that that Jake is very much infatuated with Kate.
Oh yeah. And so Jake's plan is to sell to Bo and Carson, like, hey, let's not worry about this party that the popular kid in school's throwing. I've got an idea that's going to be so much fun. And so there's a part where Jake pulls his phone out and he shows it to Carson. And it's this like screenshot he had took or picture he had took of the Spirit Halloween. And he was like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to sneak into Spirit Halloween. We're going to hide. And when everybody leaves and goes home for the night, we're going to spend the night in the Spirit Halloween store. This is Jake's cool idea how to spend a fucking Halloween night. We're going to hide in a Spirit Halloween. Go ahead.
I don't think that it's a bad idea. Like, in the way of cool, that might actually be freaky. If you could spend a night in the Halloween store, but have all the things on, and every time you walk around, like a spider jumps at you, and the
Yeah.
dark is out, it might be a little bit cool. Maybe not an all night thing, but like walking through it in the dark, that would be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
What Jake is suggesting is that they wait until everything is done, everything is locked, and they're basically stuck inside this Halloween store until the morning, and they're just gonna vandalize the place, I guess.
And when it, because there's a part of me when I'm watching this, I've been to Spirit Halloweens before, and I'm not hating on Spirit Halloween. Spirit Halloween is cool for some of your like outdoor decoration type shit to look to give you the cool look. But I'm thinking to myself, it's a very Spirit Halloween, and you can all fight me on this if you fucking want to, people. Spirit Halloween is the Dollar General store. Everything's $1. Those types of stores, when you go in there, that's what Spirit Halloween is to me. It's a very cheap store. And so I'm thinking to myself when he decided to do that, I'm like, what the fuck are you going to do for 12 hours or more in this fucking cheesy ass Dollar General store of a Halloween store? You know, and they sneak in there, they hide out. Dude goes home, locks the front door, locks it from the outside, motherfuckers. You're not getting out. You know, he locks it up. They get out, you know, and while all this is going on, their whole plan was one kid told his mother that he's staying at this house. This kid tells his mother, I'm staying at this house, to where there's all the parents think they're somewhere else so they can go stay in this store for the night. So that's the plan. And then while they're at the store, this when his sister Kate gets a phone call because mom's checking in, and Kate's trying to figure out, realizes that Carson has left his phone at home. And good God, man, there's so much of fucking just, I hated this fucking movie.
Kate was the best big sister ever when it comes to not,
dude,
like, she is not a rat.
No, Kate was not going to roll over on it. Kate had y'all's back. Like
Kate was definitely faithful to the end.
Yeah, Kate was not going to let the kids get hemmed up at all. Kate was covering everybody's ass, you know, and so fuck, man, it was.
Would you have bought that shit though? Like, do you think that the mom even bought that the first time when Kate was like, oh, I thought they were here. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Shit, they're at the other house.
And once again, I started getting Stranger Things vibes because Winona Ryder in Stranger Things, like, she's all about going to look out for her kids. And then when mom, Rachel Lee Cook Sue, decides she's got to go out to find them, like, she feels like something ain't right, and she goes off to go track them down. Once again, I'm getting pulled back into a Stranger Things vibe, and I'm like, man, y'all are just, oh my God. Oh,
kind of ripping on it a little bit, yeah.
There was some Stranger Things going on there. And so mom decides to go track the kids down, and so does Kate. Kate, who is covered for these fucking idiots, is like, I need to go find these fucking kids. She comes across on his phone the Instagram like post or whatever he had put of the awesome Spirit Halloween store in the middle of fucking nowhere. So
yeah,
she makes
I wonder how good it's gonna be in the dark. You stupid kid.
And then it's like another part was when Kate starts figuring shit out. Kate does not drive. I don't know how far this fucking Spirit Halloween was from the neighborhood, but she just starts running down the street. Like, when she realizes.
Oh, yeah. She jogged like a good 3 miles in this,
yeah,
at least.
I don't know how far away it was, but Kate put in some wrench time, man. She like runs to the Spirit Halloween, can't get in the front door because it's locked, climbs up on the roof, comes into the roof to come down. And
She acted almost kind of like Spider-Man too, didn't
yeah,
she?
she was slick with it. I'll give her that. But before Kate showed up, they were all inside the Spirit Halloween, and it was like they were in that first hour or two of where everything was just kind of new and cool. It shows them have a little a little fight with some cheap ass
Oh
swords
no, when
and shit.
broke in, shit was already going down because they were in the room.
Yeah, because they originally were like hanging out, playing with all the little cheap ass toys, the little like knives and swords, and then they come across this fucking little Jenny, like in the TV old movie called Big with Tom Hanks, where you ask it a question, it gives you like a yes or no, and so they start
I've
asking.
only ever seen one of those in real life ever.
I've never seen one, and this one had one. And so they're asking it questions about fucking Alec Windsor. Like, is he here? Because it's like a known thing. Like every year at Halloween, he tries to come back. And the dude's got to come back and take over a body to be able to come back to life. So they're asking him these questions, and they start realizing some shit ain't right. Some shit's fucked up inside the Spirit Halloween, because this motherfucker, the only part of this movie, and this is where the only part of this movie that kind of gave me a creepy vibe, when they're realizing what's going on and they're asking this little, whatever the fuck it is, questions. And then they turn at one point, you see that doll standing there in the fucking.
Oh, yeah.
That is the only part of this movie that I thought, and that's where I had a little bit of high hopes. I was like, okay, because when I seen it standing there, I was like, I'd have been running to the fucking door. Like, creepy ass doll. Yeah, creepy ass doll just standing in the aisleway right there. And they were like, did y'all see that before? And nobody seen it. And I had some high hope. At that moment, I thought it was about to redeem itself.
There's a moment later on in the movie where I was like, oh, this is a bit creepy, because the doll was one of them. And then, well, when we get to it, I'll let you know.
Yep. And so they see this doll, and the spirit of Alec Windsor, the little blue octopus looking orb.
Soul.
Yeah. He takes over this fucking kind of like some shit you'll see in your backyard, in your front yard for Halloween decoration type thing.
They called it the Reaper.
The Reaper, that's it, the Reaper. And he takes his thing over and he starts chasing them around. And they they go and hide in this little storage room. And while they're hiding, this is where Kate, the sister, has come through the skylight, or where the fuck it was.
Sister extraordinaire, yeah.
Yeah. She drops down inside the store. Some shit goes down. They hear her yell, and the dude just, of course, Jake's going to recognize her fucking voice because Jake is obsessed with Kate. He's like, is that Kate?
He'll probably hears her in his dreams.
Yeah. He has wet a sock or two to fucking Kate. He has done the deed. He
has definitely ruined a sock, at least.
Oh yeah, he has pleasured himself to the thought of Kate at this numerous times. So Kate shows up. They're kind of talking to her like, how'd you get in here? She kind of shows them they got to go up through the roof. They're like, hey, Bo, you're the smallest. We're going to shove you up there and you're going to help us get out of here. And then
that poor kid wanted to get out of there so fast.
Bo was done. Bo was over being the cool kid at that point. He was like, I just want to fucking get out of here, dude. Like, and then he decided, while they're trying to get away, Alec, the dude, takes over a big old fluffy teddy bear. Oh, holy shit, dude. Go ahead and get us where the teddy bear comes out.
Okay, so the teddy bear comes out and he's like, oh, this thing is weird. I gotta get used to my legs. And he's like waddling over them like a fucking baby almost. and then for some reason gains control of his legs, and he's trying to attack them, and he grabs Kate, but then that doesn't work, and Kate like flips away because she's a fucking ninja.
That part annoyed me so fucking much. Like when the teddy bear showed up and he's like grabbing Bo, trying to pull him down, they're like, we need to distract him. So they run over there and grab some fucking like Nerf guns with the little Nerf bullets. And they just start shooting the fucking big stuffed bear with the Nerf bullets.
Oh man, and the slow-mo made it so epic, right? Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
And then they're shooting him until they run out of Nerf bullets. And then Kate's like, stand back. Y'all, I got this. And for some reason, she decided she needed to do like 6 cartwheels across the fucking store to like kick him in the stomach. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And she did this like gymnastic, you know. I'm just like,
Totally unnecessarily.
Get the fuck out of here. She like cartwheel, kick the teddy bear.
I don't understand why these kids didn't just jump him at that point. That teddy bear couldn't have weighed more than 20 pounds.
No.
They literally could have just jumped the fuck and just like started stomping the shit
They could have fucked this bear up. No,
because the way they dispatched to the Reaper, all they did was walk up to him and knock his fucking head off because they're made of plastic.
Yeah, it's Spirit Halloween, people. All that shit's fucking cheap. And so they fight the bear. They get rid of the bear, and they
hide back in the room.
But then at that point, when they're in the room, is where they find this fucking. They open this door or whatever, and it goes underground.
Oh, this is where you find out that Bo is a genius because he's like, blueprints. Yes. They must be in this room. And somehow they find blueprints. They find a vent that leads them out to a, like you said, boiler room.
Yeah, it's like an underground, like, you know, I don't know what the fuck it was. They come down there, they find this thing that looks like a fucking dollhouse. And that's where they find the skull and the skeleton of Alec Windsor.
Yes, sir.
And then they start putting it all together. Like, this is his body. Maybe it's him trying to take over. And so now their whole goal is they've got to defeat him. And for some reason, Jake has a book on possession.
Everything to do with Alec Windsor.
Yeah, he has a book that basically tells him that you need to collect everything he's ever possessed, and you have to set it on fire type shit. And
I called it when I watched the movie. I said, this is the plot device.
Yes, yes, it's like that's the key to it all is you have to collect all this shit and burn it. So now they have a plan. Now they have a plan to defeat Alec Windsor in the fucking Spirit Halloween store. And
this is what I was going to mention earlier. This is the moment where, like, I was going to say, this is the other moment that kind of sent me like, oh, maybe we're about to get into like really good shit. Maybe all 3 of these kids are about to just get slaughtered. Like, I was like, I still had high hopes a little bit for this movie here because that last thing that he possessed,
that thing was creepy as fuck.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
When he walked up to it and the teddy bear is like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Or no, first, okay. This was actually kind of funny. I will give this to the movie. He left from the teddy bear. He's like, I need something heavier. And he possessed this stupid clown thing that had a hammer and a saw for a hand. And he got into the room, and then he looks down at this little trap door. He's like, I need something with hands.
Yeah. And that I will give it that. That thing he possesses next is creepy as fuck.
Yeah, the thing he walks up, he's like, oh yeah. And it's like this backwards climbing. Oh, like what's that movie? Malevolent?
Malignant?
The one where the chick has the growth.
Oh yeah, that's I think it's Malignant. Yeah.
Yeah. That it's basically that, but crawling on all 4s.
Yeah. And it's got this good scary screaming sound to to where it
Yeah.
felt like that thing was creepy. I would give it that. And I was
Yeah,
like,
that thing was fucking weird.
I was like you. If this movie would have just flipped the script and fucked these kids up, like kill them all. I'm all
I was
for it.
praying for it.
Yeah, if this is a
It
horror
makes
movie,
me sound horrible, but like, yeah.
I'm all for a horror movie that will fuck some kids up. And that's where I was the same way you were. I was like, okay, we're about to business is picking up. But fuck, we were wrong.
Boy, were we ever.
Worse.
because Bo's genius comes in again, and he's like, "You're made of polyethylene, whatever. Carson, give me a lighter and this insect spray," and lights it on fire, melts it, done, boom.
There hasn't been many movies where I wanted a fucking little kid to get killed off more than I did Bo. When Bo was like, he hit him with the, I don't know science.
Yeah.
And as soon as he did that little line, I was like, I fucking hope this little demonic thing fucks you up. And once again,
I was like, yeah, well, he's your only advantage. He needs to die. Nope.
No, the fucker lives. And I'm just like, and I will give him credit for that. The last thing that Alec possessed was creepy. The screaming, the sounds it made, it was creepy. I felt like it could have been more. And I get it. Maybe that's not what they were going for. It's a fucking teenage movie. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Kid horror.
Yeah. And so, but yeah, they're going to battle up against fucking Alec Windsor. At some point, he's going to take over Kate. We're going to have Rachel.
She gets knocked out somehow. I missed that because I turned away from the screen for 2 seconds.
Hey, that's 2 seconds of your life you got back. Just be thankful for it. That's 2 seconds you didn't have to waste on this fucking thing. But so all this is going down. Rachel Lee Cook, Mom Sue's coming in to help them. And I'm not going to go into the ending of it. Not like y'all should fucking care if we spoil this fucking piece of shit or not. But we'll save that for you all to watch if you want to watch this movie.
Yeah.
But that kind of brings us up to how this whole thing's coming to a head at the end of it. You heard us in the beginning. We both fucking killed it. And one thing, another thing I didn't forget to mention, that their little lines that they would use, the little fist bump where they would go booyah.
Oh.
Oh my God, that annoyed me. You're not fucking Stuart Scott from ESPN, damn it. Stop trying to do the whole like fucking booyah. I'm like, oh, fucking stop. Like, and I get it. It's a younger kid movie, and that's why I said in the beginning, here I am now at the end, coming toward the end of this show, and me once again owing you an apology.
You owe me another one. That's it. That's all that is.
Hey,
we gotta watch better.
I don't know
movie.
what I need to do to ship you some Canadian Budweisers, but I feel like I owe you something for having to watch this movie, and there hasn't been many that I've. This has been the first one where I got ready to do the show on it, and it almost felt bad for doing the fucking show on it. It was just like, this fucking sucked. But then I just had to keep telling myself, we do a lot of fucked up movies on here, and this is a movie that we did that you could pull your kids in on Halloween or whatever, sit around and watch it. You're not going to hear bad language. You're not going to see blood and gore. It's a Halloween movie. You can sit around with the family, enjoy it with the kids. Your kids may watch it and fucking love it. And if your kids watch it and fucking love it, then it's fucking worth it at the end of the day. If your kids get to watch this and be like, they're just so into it because it has the little creepy animals, the bear and stuff like that they can relate to shit like that. So if your kids get to sit down and watch this and enjoy it, then that makes it worth watching it. It just for this for this show, it was not what I expected. It really
I'll
wasn't.
never fully pay attention to it. I will put it on for my children.
Oh yeah.
But I never fully watch it again ever.
When Ava comes down this weekend and she's already been talking about what scary movies she wants to watch this weekend. She loves Megan, Art the Clown, and Malignant. She loves them. And
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
I loved Malignant. People
Oh, I
were
do
so
too.
divided on that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
So many people hate on it, and it took me a while to watch it for that one reason, because my dumb ass was listening to, other critics talk shit about it, and I finally watched it. The 8-year-old of mine, she fucking loves it, and so when she comes down this weekend, we're gonna watch fucking Spirit Halloween. I just want to see what an 8-year-old's reaction is to it.
You're gonna have to let me know what she thinks, man.
I will. I will most definitely. And so I'm going to watch it again for her. And if your kids can watch this and enjoy it and have a good Halloween movie, then it's fucking worth it, because your kids being happy, that's the main thing. And but for me and Fuckhead here, we fucking hated
it. Our fucking room scene murderized.
Yeah, like we're in a bedroom scalping fucking Spirit of Halloween right now. I'm scalping it. Dylan's in the background with a bag of fucking salt about to coat this motherfucker. Yeah, we're gonna fucking This was a kill. So,
and then we're gonna take out its mother and use its mother's head as the trick-or-treat jar.
I'm giving I'm giving out Kit Kats in Spirit Halloween Mama's head right now. That's how much I'm killing. And so,
Stu's head is done. That's it.
Yeah,
she's done.
It's over. So, Spirit Halloween 2022. I can't say I'm sorry enough for having you watch it. It is what it is. But
hey, maybe now you owe me that anime movie I've been trying to get you to watch.
Oh, good God, man. Hey, I have it saved on my watch list, actually. It's on my watch list.
I think I found it on Tubi a little while ago.
It is on Tubi. I think that's where I added it on my watch list on Tubi. I found it. So that could be in the future. My other daughter, she's 14. She loves anime. So that's the only reason I'm like, maybe I should do it, because that's something she may be able to watch and enjoy it. So, I'm all for keeping the kiddos happy. But like we tell you, and I say it all the time, we may sit on here and talk shit about this movie, bash it, whatever, but I will still tell you to go watch it. Go check it out. I want you to have your own opinion of it. Don't base it on what IMDb or what I say or what Dylan says. This is just us talking shit. Go check the movie out. This is a kids movie. This is a kids Halloween movie that you could sit down without no cursing, without the blood and gore. It's a kids movie. So go check it out. Don't be afraid to set the kiddos down to watch it. This would be a good little kind of horror type thing for them. But yeah, for us on this show, Fright Flick Fuck Marry Kill, we are killing the fuck out of it. But we're not telling you to not watch it. I will never tell you to not watch a horror movie.
No, especially if you got kids. Definitely give it a shot. Let your kids watch it. And then let us know in the comments what your kids thought.
Yeah.
Because if they also think it's ass, well.
Yeah. If your kid looks at you halfway through this thing and they're bored out of their fucking mind, and let me know what your kids think, because this is a kids movie. Parents are probably going to be like, but let me know what your kids think. Swing by in the comment section and be like, my kid literally got up, walked off, and went and brushed his teeth because he would rather do that than watch this fucking shit show. So
my 6-year-old went to bed willingly.
Yes, exactly. And I'm just like, my kid never wants to go to bed at a decent hour, but tonight he literally got up and crawled in his bed and said he'd rather fall asleep than watch this movie. So let us know in the comment section. But once again, brother, we're coming down to the end of this thing. I just want to say thank you again for, putting the time in your busy schedule to come on here with me.
Thank you for having me. I'm always fucking thrilled to be on here. You know that. I fucking love coming on here and talking to shit with you. Whether we hate the movie or we don't agree on the movie or we do agree on the movie, it's it's always fun being on here. I fucking love it every time.
Oh yeah,
Really bummed out it didn't fucking happen yesterday like it should have. For fuck's
yeah.
sakes.
It could have happened yesterday. But, you know, sometimes it just ain't meant to be. But like I said, I appreciate it again. Once again, you can find us on frightflickfmkpodcast.com. We're on all the social medias. We're on all the podcast sites, all your big popular ones. Go listen, give us a review, a comment, or anything like that. I greatly appreciate it. Once again, I tell you all the time, I don't have a plan. I don't know what the fuck next week holds. I don't know what episodes, what movie I'm doing next week. I'll figure that out at some point. I just shoot from the hip and send it. So, but other than that, brother, anything you want to shout out for any social media or anything you want people to look you up on?
Actually, yeah, I got
Okay.
back into the page that I used to run. It's not the same as the one I used to be on before. I'm a big comic nerd. If those of you who haven't seen past episodes and don't know me, I'm a big comic book nerd, big anime nerd. So I run a page. It's called VSB Comics. It's got about 1,000 people on it right now. And then another page that I'm helping make fights for that I used to run, and now I'm helping out in the kind of background versus battle. So, you know, if you like nerd stuff, you like comic books, you like anime, you like fucking manga, come join me on there and all my friends. They're all fucking great people, all from fucking all walks of the fucking the earth. They're not all Canadian like me. Actually, I think I might be the only one.
No, it's all good. Like I said, go check him out. But yeah, once again, Dylan, I appreciate you hanging out with me, brother. Looking forward to doing it again. Hopefully we won't have such a big gap next time before we get on here.
Hell no. Bring me on next week. I'm game. Let's do this.
Hey, we got to figure out what I want to do next week. Like I said, if it comes across something, I'll definitely reach out to you. But once again, people, go check the movie out. Shudder is where we watched it at. Spirit Halloween 2022. We fucking kill the fuck out of it. But hey, it's Halloween. It's the best time of the fucking year. It's a horror movie. We love them. We love talking about them. Set the family down, set the kids down. This is something you can all enjoy together, and let us know what you think in the comments. Now, we have reached that time of the show where we all grab our drinks. We all grab your shit. You put your chairs away, and you get the fuck out of here.
A huge thank you goes out to the executive producers of the show, Dylan Matt, Juliane des Ormeaux, and Dave Jarry. Associate producers, Gregory Barry, Kris Owen, Beth Davis, and Debbie Sullivan.